Wait, how long did you say?
12 hours, 55 minutes to go. Ain't nothing.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna let Craig do the first leg. About 10 hours. I'll do the last two.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about why Craig and I traveled 2,000 miles for this spec shoot. This idea was something Craig and I talked about for probably 5 months, something we really wanted to do. It was on our hearts to do, and we knew this idea and this story hasn't been told before. It's a story about Ruby, our buddy Elliot's dog. It's her last hunt. Elliot goes on a hunt to Kansas every single year. It's a pheasant and quail hunt, and he takes Ruby with her every time. And this is the last time. She's getting older. She's not really able to hunt like she used to. So Elliot thought this would be the last, this is her last hurrah. It's a sentimental, touching story, and we really wanted to tell that. So last month we made it happen. We traveled 2,000 miles to Kansas, and we filmed it. Now this was a crazy journey, 17 hours there, 15 hours back. I mean, we traveled, obviously, to said over 2,000 miles. A lot of crazy stuff happened. It was freezing cold, a lot of rain. So stuff like this, these are experiences that I live for. And sometimes I forget that I love doing this stuff because I get so comfortable in this office editing stuff around the area that I don't do stuff like this. But let me tell you something, guys, like doing stuff like this is important. You have to follow your intuition and really what you enjoy doing, because if you don't, you'll kind of forget and you'll get lost as to why you got into this in the first place. A lot of times it's not super professional. You're not getting paid to do it. But first off, it's good for your reel. Second off, what you're passionate about will come across in your work, and your work will be that much better when you're doing what you're passionate about and what you truly love. But I'll talk about why spec shoots are important later. But for now, let's get into the story. We'll start from day one. I wanted to rent some lenses, these Cook anamorphic lenses, and you'll see what happened. Stuff like this happens to me all the time. I'm so busy doing all this other stuff. I'm always jumbling a bunch of different stuff, and shit like that happens to me all the time. So it actually ended up working out great because I was able to use the gear that I already had, and I wasn't trying to learn new things on a shoot out in the middle of nowhere in freezing cold weather. So I've got a lot more probably with the stuff that I know how to use. And shout out to Lens Rentals. That's where I get all my stuff. They ship it straight to your door, and they make it easy for you to ship back. But not only that, their customer service is top notch. Like every time I email them, they get right back to me. Obviously didn't get this worked out. I was trying to figure out how I could rent another lens and get it to me in time. It didn't work out because it was the weekend. But they gave me a free credit, and I was able to get the lens at another time when I actually needed it. So shout out to Lens Rentals. They're not sponsoring this, but they always do such a good job. If that's where you want to rent stuff, go there. Anyways, we got it figured out, and I ended up using my own gear, which was a blessing. Huge shout out to Gearbox Rentals, Craig at Gearbox Rentals. They're based out of Birmingham. They hooked us up with a van that we're able to use, and it was awesome. Craig at Gear Rentals in Birmingham hooked me up with this. Super sick. Sleeping here tonight. It's like 27 degrees outside right now, but it's 70 degrees in here. I mean, I'm about to sleep like a child. This is my bed for the night. Sleeping in the camper van. Let's go. That thing was so spacious, super nice. We were able to sleep in there 2 nights. It had heating and cooling. I mean, the heating actually really works pretty damn well. It's a gas heater. So I used that one night when it was freezing cold. But if you're in the Birmingham area, Huntsville area, or just Alabama area in general, and you need to rent a van for a trip, or you need a van build out, hit them up. So why did Craig and I travel 2,000 miles to film some dogs running around and our buddies killing 3 birds and a bunny? Like, why did we do that? First off, it was fun as hell. The story means everything, and however, like, we believed in the story, so we were doing anything and everything we could to capture that story. If that meant traveling 2,000 miles, spending our own money, freezing our ass off, then yes, that's what we're gonna do. And if you have that, you have a story that you really believe in and something that you're passionate about, and you can get people to buy in to, the product's gonna be that much better. So that's why we did it. And we think spec shoots, or we know spec shoots are so important, man. Like, you need to start doing them if you're not doing them, unless you're happy where you're at. But you're gonna get caught up in doing stuff that you don't want to be doing. So when I first started out, I started doing real estate. And guess what? That's all I did, because that's all I could offer, and that's all I had on my reel. And I couldn't show potential clients anything else. Then I got into doing weddings, because I finally did a wedding, and then that snowballed, and I was able to show clients I could do that. And then I didn't want to do that anymore, so I got into more corporate promotional work, and I want to get into documentary work. So every time I wanted to do something different or level up to something different, I had to put myself out there and get uncomfortable. That way I could build up a reel and a portfolio to show clients. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck wherever you are. If you want to be a wedding videographer the rest of your life, that's cool, but that's not what I wanted to do. So I had to put myself out there and do something different. And I don't mean to jab. That's just a perfect example of a wedding filmmaker. Usually that's not what someone wants to do the rest of their life. It's a good stepping stone, but there's so much more than just doing that. So if you're doing what you love and you're passionate about for free, eventually you'll be doing what you love and you're passionate about for money. And at the end of the day, it's still a job. No matter what you do, it's still a job. You're still gonna have to do things you don't want to do. I'm not saying that. I'm a realist. But you're gonna get burnt out and you're gonna lose passion if you don't put yourself out there and you don't go on adventures like these. Like, not only are these good for your portfolio, they're good for your experience, man. Like, Craig and I got to bond, and we had so many different memories that we made on the trip, and we got really a lot of life experience just on that trip. You know, I get caught up in filming so many other stories, and I forget to kind of create my own story. And that sounds kind of weird, but as filmmakers, you're always thinking about what story you can capture. You're not really thinking about you living your own life and having your own experiences. So trips like these and memories like these that I get to make, I'm building my own story, and these experiences are helping me grow and helping me become smarter and wiser. So a lot of times I need to go out there at least 2 or 3 times a year and do a trip like this, so I'm not cooped up in this office, comfortable, filming things that are right 10 miles down the road. Like, that's great and that's awesome, but you're not living doing that, you know? So I think as filmmakers, we have an awesome opportunity to create our own story too, and have these crazy, cool experiences that a lot of people can't say that they can do. I'm gonna make it a point to start doing more stuff like this, because to me, it makes me feel alive, and it gives me a lot of inspiration and a lot of motivation to do more films like this. So yeah, that's kind of my spiel on spec shoots. I think they're so important, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed our experience, and you learned a few things here and there. I didn't really want to get into the gear I used, you can kind of tell, but I just wanted to kind of almost vlog it in a way, and do like a vlogumentary. For me, that's what I love watching, and I like to see how other people do things and see if I can make my process better by watching other people. So if you guys enjoyed it, give me a like, comment, sub would be awesome. It helps me out a lot. It helps me to put out more content. Videos like this take a long time to do, so if you're able to support somehow, that helps out a lot. I'd like to do at least 3 videos a month. I would love to do 4, but it's harder to get a video out a week. So 2023 is gonna be, I'm gonna focus a lot on YouTube. Let me just put it that way. So if you like this, let me know, leave me a comment, and I'll see you guys next time.